So essentially, the bank gave a loan to the government, who then, through no-bid contracts and just allocating money for the war, gives it to the corporatocracy. And they share in that, because the corporatocracy and the government are really one and the same institution. Now, when the bank says pay that loan, the corporations don't have to pay anything. The corporations didn't get a loan from the bank. The corporations just got contracts from the government. The government got the loan. So the government has to pay the loan, and they have to pay the interest on it. So where does the government take the money? From you. And if they can't take enough through taxes, they just print the money and raise inflation. Now, this corporatocracy isn't alone. It's not just weapons industries. They have another very important industry that they are connected to through these same methods: overlapping board of directors members, employment, etc. It's all the same individuals, and it's very few people actually. They connect to parent companies or media conglomerates. The media conglomerates run the mass media. The mass media you know by name: CNN, ABC, Fox News. It's hard to say Fox News because it's such a joke. MSNBC, CBS, etc. And the print media. The print media is usually owned by the televised media. The televised media are owned by several parent companies. There's only about 7 of them. And each single one of those has direct membership relations with the same top-tier corporatocracy individuals who've been getting money from the government based on frivolous loans which we have to pay. Now you end up having a higher cost of living. The housing market has trouble. Education has trouble. Healthcare has trouble. All our domestic needs cost more. Gas prices go up. A lot of you have to spend a lot of money. Some people go homeless. And a lot of foreign people are dead. Now, how do you stop this? Well, if you get rid of this part, no more Federal Reserve, the government can still print the money. At least you won't have to pay the interest on it. But this is still going to happen. Even during the 75 years or so where the United States didn't have a Federal Reserve, they had no problem killing American Indians and attacking Central and South America, and the same warmongering profiteering happened, though not at such an economic cost. So, you can get rid of the Fed, but you're also going to have to limit the government with sound money, some kind of hard currency. That puts a great damper on the operation, but it doesn't solve everything. Essentially, we have to change our foreign policy, because without this, they lose a lot, and we save a lot of lives. Now, how do they get their war? That's how. They just lie to you. How do you get around that? Well, there is a break in the media monopoly, and this is how you get around that bogus news which calls for war and helps them profiteer. It's called the internet. Now, remember this graph? This big graph is also called the Military-Industrial Complex, or MIC. I'll be using this block, MIC, because I don't feel like drawing this every time in the future. Now, the military-industrial complex isn't just the American corporations. Many of these corporations are multinational, and the military-industrial complex expands into all nations. They're tied to the mass media, and together they have a propaganda or public relations war, an information war with you, because they want war. war is money. There's a large group influencing the MIC and just how they can create the cash cows, which will make the conflicts, which will make the profits. That's called the lobby. Foreign lobbies are lobbies for the military-industrial complex. And they may hide themselves and say they're an Israeli lobby, or they're a Turkish lobby, or they're a lobby for Pakistan, a lobby for Saudi Arabia, a lobby for whoever. They're in essence lobbies for more of this. They just want conflicts that they can profit from. Israel's key, because Israel has a special relationship with the world. Running on the fascist ideology of being a chosen race of God, they're ethnically cleansing their neighbors. That's a pretty big conflict. It's very hard to resolve because its ideology is entrenched in religion. And as you know, religion is a very taboo subject. If you speak out against what they're doing, rather than accepting that you are talking about their government's policies, they attribute it to the religion in general. And in this particular religion, it's deeply associated with an ethnicity or race, the Jews. So, if you criticize what the Israeli government and the American government and other governments are doing to ethnically cleanse people like the Palestinians and Lebanese, you're a racist because you're speaking out against Jews. You're not speaking out against Jews, but that's how they're going to paint it. And that's definitely what these guys are going to say. And a lot of these players, for example Wolf Blitzer, are either employees or former employees of these groups. There are a lot of lobbies. I just named my least favorite two. Now, the internet, in time, is going to take care of these two. We're winning the information war. However, it seems to be in the future, or perhaps even now, the MIC is just going to blatantly lie to the public. And even though everybody knows that these are lies, they're just going to do what they want to do anyway. For example, the coming war with Iran. Everybody knows that it's based on BS, but they're gonna do it anyway. They don't care. So how do we take care of these guys? Well, there's always this guy. However, are the American people intelligent enough to know what's going on to elect a representative for president who will destroy the military-industrial complex? Somebody who's been anti-war from the very beginning? Somebody who will get rid of the Federal Reserve? Somebody who will return us to a sound monetary policy and obey the Constitution, that doesn't advocate torture or domestic spying? Ron Paul will do this, but many people seem to be voting for non-change. Obama, Hillary, a psycho-Christian nut like Huckabee or Romney. What's wrong with people? Are they going to change foreign policy? No. Are they going to change the healthcare system? No. Any economic issue relates to the war and the falling dollar, no matter what it is. Ron Paul is our best option. But Americans seem to be too stupid to understand this. That, or there's massive voter fraud. If there's voter fraud and we try and catch them on it and it doesn't work, there's only one thing left to do. Throw another Tea Party. I don't mean a money bomb. I mean like the original Tea Party. Revolution.